Hi everybody, welcome to Hodl and Shill. I'm Crypto for Columbus, and today is day 24 of our Bitsgap daily follow along. So we're going to jump right in, and if you remember, if you were watching yesterday, we closed out some of the KuCoin leverage token bots that we had, and I had an issue where I just couldn't reset, and so now we're good. I think it was just a cookies issue. I cleared my cookies, everything's fine, and so I wanted to wait to set everything up together since this is a follow along and we can all learn together. So where we're at is we just have these bots open right now, and I want to set up some of the leverage token bots. However, I have a theory that the trailing up and down might not be best for those tokens. I don't know. I think this is an experiment, and I think it's worth testing out together. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to hit start new bot, and we're actually going to do that with Bitcoin. Okay, so we're actually going to do the classic bot, and it says, you know, we normally do the S bot so that we can, it's meant for sideways markets and we can trail up and trail down. Today, we're actually just going to start the classic bot, which is a grid bot with moderate risk and reward profile. Okay. So you can see on this one, there is no trailing down, okay? So we're gonna try this out. We're gonna first try it out with Bitcoin, and we're gonna do Bitcoin on the way up, okay? So BTC 3, and we will go, well, interestingly enough, the short. So let's actually look at this chart here. Okay, I don't think that if anything, Bitcoin will drop down to the 40s again before running back up. Let's just look at the 3L and see it's down 11%. It had a run here. It's kind of going sideways, so either we come back down. Let's start with 3S. Okay, let's start with 3S. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this with 50 bucks. So this is an experiment, and it's something that's meant for everybody, anybody that's watching this, to be able to jump in and see that you can do this too, and lower that barrier to entry. Okay, so we'll do 50 bucks, and we will obviously trail up. The grids are set to 180. That's very high. Let's just back test and see. Okay, at 180, they're saying that it would be around 16%. 0.1 trading is the fee. I think that's way too high. Okay, so we're gonna go. Let's go to 50 first. Okay, and so if this is your first time or you're just jumping in, the grid levels are the lines that are set here. And so right now the grid levels are 50, and the steps are 1.17%. So if we zoom in, between each of these lines is 1.17%. Okay, so we are going to hit backtest. 34% in 30 days based on the past performance, of course. Let's let the chart load. There is something to it where, so on a traditional token, I do think that it pays to cut back the grid level. So if you've been watching, you see that I always stick to that 2025 level on a typical coin. Now on these leverage tokens, I think that because of the way that they move, it might be worth having a tighter grid to take more profit. I just think so. At every 1% here might matter. Okay. What if we were to do, let's just for fun, let's do 25 see the typical 25 grids. I'm sure this will actually be way higher. Yeah, 36%. Okay. And then it's just down here. Okay. I'm gonna go higher. This is a test. I'm gonna go with, it was at, what was it, 180? Let's go to 80. Okay, at 80, and what is that? 30%. 30% in 30 days is not bad. That's a lot of trades though. And it's not even 1%. We're not going to do that. 50 is it's just over 1%. So that's fine. Does this give us 30%, at least 34%? Perfect. So that's about 1% a day ish. Okay. If things are going well, that's what we're going to do. So that's good for the fees. That's good for the grid step. And I think it's good for this. Now this is going to be the 3S. So this means it's going down. And Bitcoin right now, we're around 42. I don't know, guys. I don't think. Okay, we're going to do it. We're actually going to set up. We're going long. I'm going long on this. We're going long for 50 bucks. And we're still going to do. We're going to cut it back to the 80. We're going to trail up. Back test. 28%. Okay. We're going to give it a shot. Let's do it. Okay. We're going to give it a shot, and then let's, so we don't need our take profit set. We don't need our stop loss because we're not going to, we review this every day. I will take this moment to say, if depending on your risk and depending on your plan that you need to have in place, if you are planning to set up a bot, then using the take profit and the stop loss functions might work for you. Since I do these videos every day and I am here looking at these charts, there's not really a necessary reason for me to use a stop loss because I would just come in and stop it. And we do this every day. For the take profit, the goal here is to keep it going. So I'm not going to stop the bot at any specific profit target. But if depending on the token, that might actually be something you want to do. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do $50. We're going to do 80 grids. 80 on this is not even 1%, so we might actually want to go higher. We always want to be around 1%. Okay, 50 grids is actually around 1% here. So let's see. Back test. $29, so just under, okay, so it's just under 1% a day if things are working out. So let's do it. Okay, I think this looks good. Chart looks good. We're trailing up, and so we hit back test already. We're in a preview. Okay, buy orders are 25, sell orders should be around 25, levels of 50, 1.14%. Okay, let's do it. Confirm. Okay, the bot has started. There it is. So we're running. We're up and running. We'll be monitoring it. The goal is for around 30 days unless something goes crazy or absolutely wrong, and we'll change it from there. Now, one of the things we might do is, depending on what Bitcoin decides to do, we might actually change it and go with the 3S as well. I do think it's kind of counterproductive to run 3L and 3S at the same time, just because it's not necessarily a hedge. So that's just my opinion. Again, this is also just an experiment. I could be completely wrong, and we're building in public. We're learning in public here. So if I am wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll fix it and we'll just change it. So the purpose of doing this at 50 bucks is just so that everybody can figure out, like, does it work, does it not work, and figure out what it's going to take to actually make that work. Okay, so I do want to go over a couple things here. Somebody had asked me about these tokens before and calling them shit coins. Yes, okay, these are just lotto tickets. I got these early. I have made my profit on these tokens, okay, and so I am just doing this with some leftover funds just to let them go and do their thing. So we're down $97 right now in the SumBot total profit, but I'm not worried about it. I have already taken profit on these. So again, going back to your risk assessment, you need to do this on coins that will actually perform. I'm doing this because these don't necessarily matter, and I also wanted just to test out how the connection and everything will work with Gate.io. So that is why we're doing these, just to confirm. Now Shiba is actually is far from a shit coin. It is in the top 10, top 15 consistently, and it is just kind of underperforming. Now, I will say this is on Coinbase that we're running this, so let's go back. In 23 days, it just hasn't done very much, and we are using the trailing up and trailing down on this. It is going sideways, so that is, I do believe that is the right way to run an S-bot on this. We're just going to let it go and see, when it pops, it pops. Doge, Floki, and Sheeb should all have their season, and I think that we'll be ready for it when it comes either way. Okay, that's it for this. Now let's see what else we want to start in the 3L, okay? Or we can actually just go with what we think here will perform. Look at this, CLV USD. These are recommended strategies, and it's always good to check these out. AVAX BTC. I do think it is a good time to run some BTC. Matic BTC is good. I actually think, let's go back to our spot history. I think we ran a BTC pair. Actually would have been like November. So we'll go November 1st. Okay, let's look. BTC, Bitcoin. Matic BTC. Yeah, Matic BTC is what we ran before. BTC USDT. What else did we run that was BTC paired? AVAX BTC. This actually did really well. Okay. AVAX BTC. Let's look at the BTC numbers. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to run AVAX BTC again. Let's try that. Let's try that and see what we can do with that. So to do that, we're going to go back to bots here, and we are going to go to start a bot, SBot. AVAX BTC. We're going to do it for, we'll do $100. Okay, we will trail down. This is automatically setting it to 40 grids. Let's just back test that. 4%. Meh. Meh. Let's do 50. Or let's actually drop that down to 25 and see if that makes a difference. Look at this chart. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Okay, let's do it. I mean, we're doing this with $100. 5% is just not enough. I just don't think, even looking back at that, it's just not enough. I don't want to do that. We're not going to waste our time with that. I think right now we're going to wait. We're going to wait on those. Let's look at the other strategies. Also, if you're running any, leave some things below. Actually, let's look at Solana BTC. This, I think, is well worth it. Well, let's test it out. We're gonna do the same thing. Go down to around $100. 102 is fine. It is what it is. 25 grids. Let's go with 20. 3%. Now the thing is, that's 3% in Bitcoin that you're increasing. So I mean, it's just it's probably an average. But that's not to say that if Solana doesn't have its run up here, that wouldn't be, if we come back up in this range. I do like that pair. I like Solana. I like Avalanche. We'll do it. This is actually on Coinbase. We need to change this to KuCoin. Whoops, that's solve. They don't have a BTC pair on KuCoin here. All right, scratch that. We're gonna stick with KuCoin and let's look at what we've got. Maybe we'll try one of these. Let's try one of these on our new method with just using the classic bot. Okay, look at this. So is AVAX must be their average. So 3S is 35% and 3L is 34%. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'm not sure on these leverage tokens. I think maybe we should stay away. Let's stay away from the leverage tokens and see how this BTC3L actually performs for us with using the classic bot, and then we'll go from there. But we will start, let's start one more bot here on KuCoin. It doesn't have to be the leverage tokens. We'll look here and see what they recommend. Everything is obviously these 3Ls that are high performers. I want to do something with Luna. So let's look at starting an S bot. I'm sorry, start a classic bot. And we are going to start this with Luna. Okay, so we've got Luna BTC, Luna 3S, wow. Okay, we've got Luna 3S, Luna 3L, Luna USDT. We're gonna trail up. All right, so we're gonna do way less than, let's go with 25. 6%. This is kind of sideways when you look at it though, right? Luna BTC might be the way to go. Let's do Luna BTC at $100. Oh, they make you do, what is the minimum? Fix it. So they make you do a $200 minimum on Luna BTC. But if you remember, Luna was actually they just backed up their reserves with BTC. So that's kind of promising. 1% in 30 days at 180. The 5%. So these, when you look at these, it's only the leverage tokens that have those crazy numbers. Everything else is probably around that 3 to 5%. Okay, we're gonna do it. Let's do Luna BTC. We're gonna do it with, the minimum is $194. We'll take it. Okay, 25 grids. It's 2%. We'll go 20. That's 2.87. That's a lot. So we'll go with okay, 50 grids is 1%. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Then I appreciate everybody just watching. So now we're gonna compare this actually. So this is the classic bot. A Luna BTC on the classic bot gives us a 4.37 at 50 grids. Let's go to Start Bot, S Bot, Luna BTC. We're gonna do trailing up and trailing down at 50 grids and back test and see what this does for us. So it's actually slightly higher when we do the S bot. So let's do the S bot. Is the minimum the same? $100. So we can actually go back down to 100. It's because it's doing the Luna BTC on trailing up, trailing down. I don't know why it does that. That makes no sense actually. But that's fine. We can do it for the $100. So 1%, 1.14%, trailing up, trailing down, back test. 5%. We're going to do it. That's 5% in BTC profit, and that's assuming that Bitcoin doesn't run up or run down, but either way we can trail up and trail down. So very good. That's exactly what we're going to do. We don't need our take profit. We don't need our stop loss because we're going to be monitoring this every day. And we're going to hit preview. 1.14%. Jeez, look at that run up. Luna's just a beast. Bullish on Luna. I actually, so aside from this, I also stake Luna on the Terra Luna on Terra Station, and that's just to leave it parked there. Okay, so success. Okay, we're gonna let those run. So we started these two. Let's see what they do. Let's just watch these here over the next in 14 minutes. It's actually done. We've got a penny so far. All right, we're gonna leave these two to do their thing. So that's it for today. I want you guys to do me a favor. Any questions, any comments, leave those below. If you have a pair that you want me to start or that you suggest, leave that below as well, and we could start those together and start watching. I do want to wait 24 hours and see if my theory is right to use the classic bot as opposed to an S bot on these leverage tokens on KuCoin, and if so, then we can come back here and look and see what we want to do here. Like look at this Gala 3S. It's up 50%. That's just absolutely crazy. But yeah, we can revisit these, but let's hone in our strategy and make sure that we are actually making it profitable. Okay, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If not, I appreciate every minute that's spent watching this and learning together. I have a link for a free trial to Bitsgap below. I have a link to my bots that are running below as well. And of course, a link to our social media channels and our website. So jump in there as well. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.